The story begins with the young married couple, Matt and Kate, who had come to live in their new house in New York. Both are very happy starting their married life in their new home. Their new house needed renovation and repair, so they get busy fixing it. While fixing the kitchen, Kate notices a dead bird in a cabinet and takes it outside to bury it. But then Matt calls her from the window, which diverts her attention. When she looks back towards the bird, it had disappeared. Elsewhere, while throwing useless things out of the house, Matt notices something strange on the wall. To see it clearly, he tears off the wallpaper. Here, he sees a large door with a strange keyhole. To open that door, he starts looking for its key in the discarded items. As soon as he finds the key, he puts it in the keyhole to open the door and calls Kate. Then, they open the door together. Just then, all the lights on the way to the hall suddenly start flickering. To fix this problem, Matt calls the power company. Meanwhile, Kate feels a strange fear in that room, so she also follows Matt. The next day, an operator from the power company comes to fix their light problem. He is surprised to see that all the wires in the basement were connected to each other in a strange way and looked very old-fashioned. When Matt asks the operator to fix the light, the operator tells him that he has never seen such things before. Before leaving, the operator tells Matt that the first owner of that house was murdered in that very house. Hearing the shocking news, Matt starts researching the house. Reading an old news article, Matt finds out that the deceased couple's names were Paul and Madeline Schaefer, while the suspect's identity was unknown and he was referred to as John. Matt was an artist, so he tries to draw John's picture on his sketch pad. A little later, he goes to the mysterious room to relax and sits there, finishing a bottle of alcohol. But then he feels like having another bottle of alcohol. Just then, the lights start to flicker, and suddenly another bottle of alcohol appears in front of him. Matt was astonished to see this. After looking closely at the bottle, he comes to the conclusion that this room can fulfill any wish. On the other side, Kate's sleep was broken by the sound of flickering lights in the living room. Not seeing Matt with her, she goes upstairs to find him. There, she sees that the entire room is filled with new things. And amidst all of it, Matt looked very happy. He shows Kate a valuable painting, supposedly from Bangkok, and tells her that the room has the power to fulfill any wish. Kate dismisses it as a joke from Matt, but seeing her husband's seriousness, she makes a wish for $1,000 to check. Matt looks around the room for the money Kate asked for, and he finds it. Still, Kate is not fully convinced and wishes for $1 million again. Just like before, this time too, they instantly receive $1 million, and they become millionaires overnight. Seeing all this, Kate gets very scared and leaves the room. Matt goes to her and explains that they can take advantage of this and live a wonderful life. Nevertheless, they both spend the whole day in that room wishing for their favorite things. With one wish, the room fills up with desired clothes, champagne, valuable items, and piles of money. Matt and Kate are overjoyed because they have every precious thing in the world. When night falls, Kate asks Matt how this room fulfills all their wishes so easily. But he tells her that she shouldn't worry about these things. In this way, for the next few days, their life passes with great splendor. Every time they had a wish, the lights would flicker, and all their desires would be immediately fulfilled in that room in the basement. Both were celebrating this overnight treasure, partying, dancing, and singing, spending their days in fun. But their glamorous life could not give them happiness for long. And slowly, Kate starts to feel an emptiness inside her, which could not be filled by all these things. Matt worries about her and gifts her a baby's bed, which was a hint that they should try for a child. But instead of being happy seeing this, Kate gets upset and leaves the house, because she had already had 2 miscarriages. A little later, Kate returns and goes to the wishing room to wish for a baby. When Matt finds out about this, he gets angry at Kate, saying that she should not have wished for a baby without his advice. They have a big argument about this. Kate says that she took this shortcut so that she wouldn't have to suffer the pain of a miscarriage or labor. She says that they both will be very happy with this child. But Matt does not agree with this and tells her to take the child to the room and wish for it to disappear. They both go into that room, but Kate is unable to wish for the baby to disappear and, crying, hands the baby over to Matt. But holding the baby, Matt also becomes emotional, and he too cannot wish for it to disappear, and puts the baby back in Kate's arms. Finally, both agree to keep the baby, and thus, they become parents overnight. The scene shifts, and we see Matt's eyes fall on his incomplete drawing in which he was sketching John's face. Seeing it, he gets busy with his research again and finds out that the suspected murderer is still alive and is in a psychiatric hospital. According to another news article, John had said that the room had made him commit the murder. Immediately after knowing this, Matt leaves to meet John, so that he can get more information about that room. Upon reaching the hospital, a nurse warns him that in the last 45 years, apart from reporters, no one else has come to meet John. Hearing this, Matt also presents himself as a reporter. Finally, Matt has a face-to-face meeting with the now elderly John, and he starts asking him about that house, and especially about that mysterious room. With a mischievous smile on his face, John tells him that he had been waiting for this moment for years. When Matt asks him the reason for killing Schaefer, he says that he had no other choice. Then, changing the subject, he tells Matt to leave that house as soon as possible, and says that a person whose every wish gets fulfilled is more dangerous than a person whose wishes are not. After this, while returning home, Matt stops at a gas station to get gas. But as soon as he takes money out of his wallet, he sees that all his money turns into dust. Seeing this, he immediately reaches home and to confirm this, throws all the money kept in that room outside. He also places that painting outside the door. Then, seeing all those things turn into dust, he understands that they cannot take anything obtained from that room outside the house. Otherwise, all those things will turn into dust. Matt, in anger, breaks down the wall to understand the mystery of the room, but inside, he sees nothing but tangled wires. It was impossible for Matt to track those wires. Then he tears off some wallpaper on the wall and finds a map of the house there, which gives him information about all the wire connections. Meanwhile, Kate, holding the baby, starts to go outside, but Matt stops her, saying that it's not safe to take the baby out. He is unable to tell her the real reason. A few days later, one day the baby starts crying loudly due to some pain, and Kate cannot manage him. Then Matt takes the baby in his arms to help her and steps outside to quiet him. In just a few seconds, the baby starts to grow older, and when they enter the house again, they see that he had become a big child. That night, Matt tells Kate that the room can fulfill their every wish, but they cannot take the things given by it out of the house, or else those things will age and turn into dust. Hearing this, Kate feels very sad and says that their child is not an item that they cannot take outside. She is very attached to her child. She considers him her own son and names him Shane. For the next few days, Kate raises Shane at home and explains to him that he cannot go outside because there are dangerous germs outside that can harm him. One day, when Kate is teaching him, he starts insisting on going outside. He says that he has never stepped outside the house in his life. He didn't like just looking at the walls inside the house, but Kate could not let him go outside for his safety. Therefore, every time she came inside or went outside the house, she used to lock the door so that Shane could not step out easily. One day, she receives a package Matt had ordered, so she brings it and gives it to Matt, but she mistakenly forgets to lock the front door. Matt finds a brand new gun inside the parcel, which he keeps safely. Meanwhile, Kate gets busy playing the piano, and taking advantage of the opportunity, Shane quietly moves towards the front door. He was very excited to see the outside world, so he puts his hand out the door to feel the fresh air when Kate notices him. She runs to him and hugs her child. Kate is relieved to see him safe and sound. Then Matt and Kate together put wooden planks on all the windows of the house to stop Shane from going out. That night, Kate wakes up to see Shane standing near her bed, and he asks for permission to be near her. Then Shane tells her that he wants to be with her always, hearing which she lovingly hugs him. Shane is not satisfied by her words and starts to think about something. Then we see that for the next few days, Matt keeps practicing shooting with his gun. One day, when he comes home after practice, he sees Shane playing inside his art studio, having made a snow globe. He sternly tells Shane to leave the game and go. Hearing his scolding, the snow globe falls from Shane's hand and breaks. Actually, Matt had not yet accepted Shane as his son, so he used to speak to him rudely. Meanwhile, hearing the sound of the globe breaking, Kate immediately reaches there and starts arguing with Matt for not behaving like a father to her son. That night, while wandering around the house, Shane finds a map, following which he reaches the basement, where the main power source was located among tangled wires. Passing through all of that, he finally reaches that room. Throughout the night, the lights in the entire house keep flickering, but Matt and Kate, being asleep, do not notice anything. The next morning when Matt wakes up, he sees a new snow globe lying next to him, and along with it, the broken globe is found placed at some distance. At that moment, seeing the lights flicker, he understands what is happening and immediately wakes up his wife. Both of them run towards the room and are astonished when they get there. Shane had made a wish and created a large outdoor area inside the room itself. There, instead of the room's closed ceiling and walls, There was an open sky and a very large forest where Shane was busy making a snowman. Kate becomes emotional with happiness seeing the wonderful world created by her son and starts playing with him. Whereas Matt gets very angry and he grabs Shane's hand and brings him back inside the house. This incident causes an argument between them about letting Shane go into the room and play. Matt says that this could be dangerous, but Kate doesn't think so. Their argument continues when the phone rings, and despite not having permission, Shane picks up the phone. Soon, Matt snatches the phone from him and starts talking himself. He is surprised to hear John's voice on the other side. After talking to Shane, John had found out that they had wished for a child. Meanwhile, from another phone in the kitchen, Kate secretly overhears their entire conversation. John tells him that to allow Shane to roam freely in the outside world, he will have to sacrifice Kate's life. This means that when Kate dies, Shane will be completely free and will be able to live like a normal human being. Then his age will also increase like a normal person's. He also tells Matt this secret, that he too was a child given by the room. Then his mother had killed his father and, after raising him, had asked him to kill her so that her son could be free. Then he tells Matt that he has two options. Either he can save Shane by killing Kate, or he can save Kate by killing Shane. Hearing all this, Kate is very distressed and leaves the house, which makes Matt worry about her. Kate wanted to cause a car accident to kill herself, but she couldn't do it. Meanwhile, at home, Matt's behavior towards Shane becomes erratic, and he throws away all his belongings. He even wrecks his studio. Then, a little later, he prepares dinner for Shane, who is sitting at a dining table placed some distance away. Shane starts asking him lots of questions, which irritates Matt, and he tells Shane that he is not their real son, nor does he have any parents. Not only that, in his anger, he throws Shane out the front door, and Shane, scared, goes back upstairs. In a short while, Matt realizes his mistake and goes to Shane's room to apologize to him. Then Shane asks him to read a story, and they both sleep together for the whole night. When Kate returns home, she feels very good seeing both of them sleeping together. That night, Matt and Kate are busy being intimate when Shane secretly watches them. Then he waits for them to fall asleep, and as soon as they are asleep, Shane quietly steals the front door key. The next morning, Matt and Kate see the front door open and understand that Shane must have gone out. Just then, they are both surprised to see Shane in a different part of the house, because Shane had now grown into a young man, but his mind was still like a child's. He points a gun towards his parents and threatens them, so Kate tries to make him understand. In the meantime, Matt pounces on Shane, and a fight breaks out between them. Meanwhile, Kate falls to the ground due to their fight and becomes unconscious. After some time, Matt wakes her up and tells her that Shane died because he was accidentally shot. Saddened by this news, Kate leaves the house crying. Matt consoles her and brings her back into the house, where she still remains sad. Meanwhile, in the other room where their fight took place, the real Matt regains consciousness and searches the entire house for his wife. Then, seeing the lights flicker again, he fearfully goes towards that room. He was completely sure that Kate and Shane, in his disguise, were inside. Meanwhile, Kate had no idea that the man sitting with her was not Matt, but Shane. But soon, she realizes from Shane's habit of eating ice that he is not Matt, but Shane in his likeness. On the other side, the real Matt tries to break down the wall with all his strength to get inside. Finally, crossing all the wires, he reaches that room, which was now a jungle with many tall trees. Going there, Matt finds out that Shane had used the room to make that place quite large, and had also built a duplicate house just like theirs there. He also understood that Shane had taken his form to kidnap Kate, keep her in that duplicate house, and be physically intimate with her in private. As soon as this thought comes to him, Matt runs through that jungle to get his wife back, and finally reaches inside the duplicate house, where Shane is trying to force himself on Kate. Seeing Matt come inside, Shane again gets ready for a fight. Meanwhile, Kate, finding an opportunity, is just about to get up and run when she freezes upon seeing two Matts fighting in the hall. There was so much similarity between the two that she cannot distinguish between the real and the fake. Suddenly, one Matt grabs her hand and she pushes him away, freeing herself, and calls out Shane's name. He looks towards her upon hearing his name, but falls unconscious from her push. As soon as he falls to the ground, he returns to his original form. Meanwhile, Matt and Kate try to get out of the room, but are unable to because Shane had wished for them to be trapped in that same house. After countless efforts, when they cannot get out of the house, Matt stops and starts thinking of a way to escape from there, when suddenly Shane appears there again, and stabs Matt to death with a knife. Then he tries to reason with Kate, but then he realizes that she was actually their clone. Meanwhile, the real Matt and Kate run out of the room towards the jungle, and Shane also runs after them to catch them. Because Matt and Kate manage to evade him, he becomes even more furious. As soon as they reach the real house, Shane attacks Matt, but Matt drags him outside the house. Seeing his life in danger, Shane runs back towards the door, but before he can get inside, Kate closes the door. Shane calls out to her saying, "Mommy," and Kate watches from inside the house as he grows old. Slowly, his body starts to decay, and in the end, he turns into dust. Despite his mistakes, Kate cries a lot holding his remains in her hand because she had considered him her son and had spent a lot of time with him. Then Matt comes to her, and they both hug each other, trying to lessen their pain. Then the scene shifts, and we see that a month later, they settle down in a small house and start living peacefully. But just a few days later, Kate fearfully takes a pregnancy test, and the report comes back positive. She looks very confused because she doesn't know if the child is Matt's or Shane's. Despite circumstances being better, she feels she is still in that room because the lights had started flickering again. This was because the day before the incident where Shane impersonated Matt and Kate had been intimate, and in the duplicate house, Shane had also sexually assaulted her. Matt or Shane? The movie concludes here. Subscribe, Film a Life. Stay tuned for more videos like this.